Christianity wasn't adopted because African people forgot their traditions. It was adopted because it was strategic. Africans used Christianity as a cover to hide African cosmology in plain sight. They layered their own spiritual beliefs underneath the stories, the psalms, and the prayers. What remained African underneath the Christian surface was very easy to remember, because in some cases, it's still being done now. Ancestors. Christianity didn't erase ancestor veneration. It just reinterpreted. In hoodoo, the saints, the elders, and spirits watching over you are just African ancestors under a new name. When it comes to ritual work, the use of water, smoke, prayers, offering, cleansing, anointing, it's African first, not Christian. When it comes to the Psalms, they were used as power words, not because Africans were suddenly devout in the European way, because it wasn't that. It was because it was the one and only way that they can use the text of the Bible that they were only allowed to access. It was that book. They infused that with African intention. Africans mastered that Bible without abandoning their own original traditions. And two truths was going on at the same time. The Bible was public, African spirit tradition was private. And that duality kept hoodoo alive. The ideal of calling on the divine while simultaneously calling on ancestors mirrors African tradition more than Western Christianity. African people didn't lose their traditions, they concealed them. Christianity became the camouflage that kept hoodoo alive long enough to reach you here and now. Welcome to Blended Healing. We're talking about ancestral wisdom, going back and looking at where we came from so you can understand who you are and the power that you have, the things that run through your bloodline. If you don't know the history, you're bound to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again until you get that knowledge in. So real talk, you know what I'm saying? Hoodoo is African. Hoodoo is Southern. Hoodoo is American only because Africans rebuilt their spiritual memory in the only place they were allowed to exist. It carries the Congo spirit mechanics, the Sierra Leone communal memory, the Akan ancestor grounding, the Igbo destiny work. I gotta sip more coffee. And the Yoruba structure. And it survived because the Gullah Geechee people protected it with discipline, intention, and cultural loyalty. This is why hoodoo works. It wasn't created for some old pomp and circumstances. I hate to say that because it's so much deeper than that. Ceremonial, just for the looks of it. No, it was created to keep people alive, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. Ashe, Ashe. I do want, however, want to make one thing very clear. Hoodoo has been attached to a lot of nonsense because people don't understand where it comes from. So let's clean that up. Hoodoo is not sorcery. It doesn't have any theatrics, fantasies, trends, and damn sure ain't witchcraft. Hoodoo doesn't pull from Europe. Don't come from the movies or any occult systems that's tied to the others. It doesn't revolve around moons. It's African. It's Southern. It's bloodline work. Hoodoo is not something that you dabble in, though. You don't pick it up on a Monday and drop it on a Friday. You feel me? It's a vibe. It's a lived tradition shaped by people whose lives depended on it. All right? And hoodoo's not for show. Real workers don't broadcast everything. I don't tell everything. Show not. But we don't have to. Because hoodoo is private. It's household based, family taught, community rooted. If somebody's entire identity is built on showing you that they do hoodoo, chances are they're not doing it at all. This practice comes from silence and struggle, not being in the spotlight. And most importantly, hoodoo is not a replacement for African traditional religions, or any religion for that matter. It grows beside it, not instead of it. Understanding what hoodoo is not protects its integrity. I hope you understand that. Hoodoo historically is about protection. It was about survival, healing, and keeping our people safe. It was medicine, guidance, decision making, prayer, and spiritual strategy. Workers were midwives, elders, healers, and people that the community trusted. Men and women who carried knowledge from Africa and adapted it to the life in the South. Back then, it was used to shield people from harm, to navigate danger, avoid violent situation, strengthen the home, and to get through daily life, to anchor Black families into something stable. It was functional. Hoodoo today, on the other hand, is a mixed bag. Some people are reclaiming it in a real way, studying the lineage, respecting elders, honoring the African core. Others are commercializing it, copying the aesthetics without understanding the culture that built the system. And the real form still exists. And the real workers still move with intention, privacy, and respect. Hoodoo was protection and guidance under oppression. Today, if it was practiced correctly, it's protection and guidance in today's world as well. That's different on the surface, but unstable underneath. You feel me? The core of it didn't change. What's going on around us is. You see, African cosmology is the backbone. It shaped how Black Americans pray, dream, cleanse, protect, and connect with their ancestors, even in households that never said the word hoodoo. African people came here with a worldwide view already in place. The physical and spiritual are connected. Ancestors present. Dreams matter. Plants and lands carry power. Prayer changes things. Intention directs energy. Community protection. Discipline required. Spirit speaks through signs and instincts. That didn't go nowhere. It blended into the Black church culture, Black home life, and everyday decisions. You already know when the elders pray out loud, the way that warnings came through dreams. Families protected each other. Food, water, and herbs were treated with respect because it nourished the body not only physically, but spiritually. You felt something before it happened. And some days were handled more carefully than others. For whatever reason, that's the vibe. Or should I say the frequency. The Bible was just a way of purpose. The way people clean the house after difficult things going on, maybe funerals or whatever the case may be. And these habits did not come from Europe. It came from Africa. Black American spirituality is African, wearing American clothes. Hoodoo is the clearest expression of that because hoodoo never let go of those roots. It acknowledged the Bible without replacing the African foundation. Africa is the source. Hoodoo is the proof. Ashe? All right. I'll be right back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, another Leisha Dion original.
We outside with it. Set the tone real quick. Yeah.
Walk in the spot, whole blast start glancing. And that's it first, whole room start dancing. Flow so clean, baby, this ain't random. Peace so deep, you ain't felt this tandem. Let it melt in, let your soul unwind. Every drop of blessing, baby, take your time. We kicking in the door, watch the whole vibe rise. Stepping with the glow and the healing we provide. We kicking in the door, watch the whole vibe rise. Stepping with the glow and the healing we provide. Shamako on the move, baby, feel this elevation. Self-care rhythm turning in liberation. Kicking in the door, who it be, who it be? Shamako bringing blessings to your skin, to your peace. From the glow to the flow, watch the magic increase. Healing ain't a hobby, baby, that's a whole life piece.
Body butter and sweet, ooh, baby, that pressure. Smelling like you walk fresh out a love letter. Scrub with the shimmer, stress get lesser. Glow so loud, gotta treat you like treasure. Feel that warm fries that your guard drop low. Yeah. It's that healing vibe, baby, this your glow.
From uptown to BK, baby, you gon' shine. Prince to the BX, this your sacred time. Let the stress fall back, let your aura climb. Shamako got the glow, you're divine by design. We kicking in the door, watch the whole vibe rise. We outside. Shamako on the move, baby, feel the celebrations. We kicking in the door, watch the whole vibe rise. Stepping with the glow and the healing we provide. Shamako on the move, baby, feel the celebration. Self-care rhythm turning to liberation.
Go heavy, be steady. Jamaica, New York ready.
Go heavy,
Be steady.
Oh, you can't find this in the stove. Not this, baby. This right here. This is customized. You better get like me.
I don't like the word rituals. Never really did. It makes it sound so ominous. But all it's really telling you is something that you do ritually, meaning something that you do all the time, like rote. You do rituals in church when you standing up and sitting down and standing up and sitting down and reciting things, doing the Lord's Supper and all of that. That's all rituals. Even when you're home, you get up, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, take a shower. That's a ritual. It's just a matter of how you do it. So I just wanted to be clear about that. Rituals, we're going to talk about that and what that means in belonging, adapting to what the ancestors gave us and to what today is. Belonging isn't created by accident. It's built through consistent practice that reminds you who you are and where you come from. In African cultures, belonging has been reinforced through all types of daily actions, shared responsibilities, and rituals that tied the living to the ancestors and tied the family to the land like it used to be here. And when those traditions crossed into America, the American South, they changed the shape but never lost the purpose. Hoodoo inherited that structure, preserving rituals that kept people connected even when the things around them tried to pull everything apart. Everything. In our modern life, everything moves so damn fast and people are just overwhelmed, tired, disconnected, and unsure where they fit in. And the problem isn't that people don't care about belonging, it's that they've lost the systems that was created. Hoodoo and ATRs remind you that belonging isn't about chasing approval or being accepted by everyone. It's about grounding yourself in practices that align your spirit with your lineage and give you space to breathe, think, and move with intention. You feel me? And when you tend to your space, speaking to your ancestors, preparing water with purpose, or sitting still long enough to hear your own spirit speak, you're doing more than a ritual. You're rebuilding the foundation that was always meant for you to support, and vice versa. Belonging doesn't come from the outside. It comes from the consistency of spiritual habits that tell your body and your spirit that you're not drifting, you're rooted. That's how belonging works in these traditions. It's lived, it's steady. And one of the biggest losses in today's times is the lack of a shared purpose. People are moving through life alone for the most part, carrying all of these rocks in their backpacks or AKA burdens without having any support and trying to fix everything from it being an individual's perspective. You feel me? And that's how we are doing it today. But traditionally, that was not the way. It wasn't. Shared purpose was the reason communities stayed strong. It's why survival and that stuff that happened to our forefathers was possible. That's why culture remained intact over generations. Shared purpose simply meant that everyone understood their role and respected the roles of other people. Some people healed the body, some guided the spirit, some kept the home, some navigated the land, some held stories and shaped the next generation. And that diversity of purpose is what gave the community power. Nobody had to be everything. Everyone had something meaningful to contribute. I'm not keeping you long today. I just want you to know that today, spiritual strength grows the same way. When people come together with honesty, supporting each other without competition, and uplifting each other's roles instead of trying to replace them, communities can become stable again. Huda was preserved through shared purpose, not because one person carried it and made sure nothing was lost. No. When we return to that type of mindset, spiritual strength comes back naturally. We stop moving like we're all broken and stop moving alone. And the spiritual work becomes strong because it's supported by more than one pair of hands. Do you understand what I'm saying? Know who you are. Know where you come from. Know where you come from. I think there's one more thing I want to go across today. And that has something to do with spiritual isolation. People today are so isolated in ways our ancestors never were. People are surrounded by so much damn noise, but disconnected from support. They're overwhelmed by information, but starving for wisdom. They're connected through these screens that we're looking at, but detached from purpose and grounding. Huda wasn't built in isolation either. A practitioner didn't stand apart from the community. They stood inside of it. They served the people and were supported by the people. That reciprocity kept the practice alive. Today, when people try to practice alone, without community, without accountability, without support, they feel lost. They feel lost because isolation is contradicting the very structure hoodoo comes from. African spirituality was never meant to walk alone either. I tell you, man, in today's day, man, all of this is pushing people to carry everything by themselves. And that's why so many people feel so spiritually drained. And they're doing it without having the community energy behind them that their ancestors depended on. I'm going to leave it there. The next time we meet, I'm going to talk about how we're going to reclaim this village that we lost and what we can do to rebuild it. All right? All right. All right. Listen, have a great day, man. You know, for those of you who enjoy Thanksgiving, celebrate your family, even if you don't even want to call it that, but just come together in a family meal if you can. You know, some of us prefer isolation. Some of us prefer that. And ain't nothing wrong with that either. Huh? Love on your family. Be a good friend. Be well, stay safe. Ashe and deep bow to each and every one of you. Peace and blessings, man. And prayers going up always. Cover you from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, from one side to the next. May you get the strength that you need that falls underneath your wings to keep you afloat above the mess and the chaos. Step into your purpose, walk in your purpose, be your purpose. All right, be well. Take care. I'll see you around.
You are now tuned in to a COC production. Let's go.
Hold fire in the rhythm, heat in the sound.
Fire.
COC energy shaking the ground.
Yeah, it's big COC energy.
No chains can hold us. We rise, we fight.
Let's go.
Voices in the darkness, we bring the
Now
light.
let's take them higher. Yeah.
Fire in the rhythm, heat in the sound.
Fire.
COC energy shaking the ground.
It's big COC energy,
No
family.
chains can hold us. We rise, we fight.
Let's go.
Voices in the darkness,
Listen.
we bring the light.
They try to write us off like a bad check. They try to overshadow our divinity on the net. But so much disrespect. Knowing they mama chiefs done taught them way better than that. Stop being foolish in your pride. Say where your conscience at. Just cause we carry the fire don't mean we won't be at the party yet. Enough of that mental and spiritual change. It's time to get your power back. You tired of living in the dark? Then come on where the light is at. It's COC.
Fire in the rhythm,
Yeah.
heat in the sound.
Yeah. Let's go.
COC energy shaking the ground.
Yeah. It's big COC energy,
No
family.
chains can hold us. We rise, we fight.
Let's go.
Voices in the darkness, we
Yeah.
bring the
Listen.
light.
COC fire continue to shine bright. It's shining all day and it's shining all night. Let's go. COC fire continue to shine bright. It's shining all day and it's shining all night. Let's go. COC fire continue to shine bright. It's shining all day and it's shining all night. Let's go. COC fire continue to shine bright. It's shining all day and it's shining all night. Let's go.